get the full 12 stars, so that's what I wanted to do today. It was pretty difficult trying to figure out the best teams to do. I usually struggle with the imaginarium theater just because I don't usually have a lot of characters built that are required. Like I do, but then I don't. For here, I chose Rosaria, and then I upgraded the milk reaction to 1. Since I've already done multiple attempts of the Imaginarium Theater for this version, I already had an idea for what I needed to use. So I'm doing an Ayaka team here up against the Electro Lolatrol. The Volatrol was kind of annoying just because it ran out of Rosaria's burst. I was trying to use that to break his shield, but that's fine. And then I ended up not having 1 energy particle for shingling here, so that was kind of annoying, making the run slower. I ended up clearing it anyways, and I'm choosing Fischl here. My thought process was just to save Navia for the Geo boss at the end, since you would need Geo characters there, so I tried avoiding her at all cost. And then for the mystery cache, I try to avoid the ones that give less flowers because I feel like I never have enough. I'm bringing Chi-Chi, or invited Chi-Chi, just because she's not really like that useful. I mean, her heal is fine, but she wasn't really like useful for my later fights here, so I'm glad I chose her earlier on. Having this cache here, letting it consume all of my Fantasia flowers was really good, just so I can invite another cast member. That was very lucky since all of mine were gone already. And then for this fight, I chose the Pyro Lava Rocks just because I wanted to use Klee early, because I'm not the greatest with her, but I really did enjoy using her with Albedo. I feel like if she were to get another rerun for like the Mondstadt Chronicle banners, I would pull for her, but I don't know, honestly. That's Act 2 cleared. The next one is the fight, and I was going to choose Hu Tao just so I can have another DPS, but mine isn't really the greatest build, and I'm honestly not a fan of using her, so I continue to ignore her throughout this whole run. For the boss fight, it wasn't really that bad. I just ended up doing a Klee Albedo team with Xingling and Rosaria. I do kind of regret using Rosaria this early just because I needed her in one of my later runs throughout the act, but it's fine. I'm also happy that Klee was one of the special invite guests just because I don't own her, and like she's very fun to use. I don't have a lot of the Hexen Circle members on my account, so I don't have the chance to use the buffs that were led or that have happened, so it was really nice. We cleared Act 3, and I'm just choosing a Scoffier here because I have Skirk in my party right now. I'm not planning on using them soon just because I don't have a Hydro unit, and I didn't upgrade the Cryo and the Geo Reaction card. So looking at my cards, I was just seeing what my Lunar Arcana would be, and I didn't want to waste my Skirk this early on, so I just ended up doing the next Leyline Monolith battle, and since I didn't really have enough damage, and like the Leyline Monoliths are just time-based anyways, I just wasted my last Ayaka energy and just put a lot of people that just aren't going to do much for the rest of the run. So I will just speed up this part just because it does take forever. I took the full 2 minutes clearing this. ended up choosing the Ruin Guard card for the fight, and I didn't want to waste my Mavuika or Arlecchino yet for the easier fights, so I'm just playing a Milk Skirk team. It wasn't that bad, honestly, but truly not recommended. But you have to do like a lot of random teams just for theater. It honestly would have gone better if I had a shield. I just kept getting knocked around. It's kind of embarrassing. Skirt right now. I'm fucking I'm just choosing Silali just because I want to have her ready when I do use Mavuika or Arlecchino. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the Magu Kinki fight yet, or if I wanted to try the Arcana cards. So I'm just looking over everything and then trying to spend my Fantasia flowers on a reaction. This lunar Arcana card wasn't that bad, honestly. The enemy stayed all in one fight, and my Mavuika made this way more easier than it should have been, just because she is C2 in R1. So this fight was very easy. Please ignore my bad Mavuika combos. I'm so terrible with them. Yeah, that fight was pretty easy. I was confused on who I should pick for this, just because I could go with Linnea or Leia, or Layla, just so I could have another cryo shielder, but I ended up choosing Linnea just to have a Geo unit, which is good because I do end up getting Navia for my random companion to join the cast. And then here I was just looking over who I could use as a team for the Magakinki boss, but I didn't have any flowers or anything, so I was just confused. I even tried to rewind it, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm just seeing which DPSs I need for certain fights because I really do want to use Arlecchino for the electric seahorse. I did end up using Arlecchino just for this fight because past me really did just want to see Navia and Linnea for the boss fight, which I probably shouldn't have, but it's okay. No, Arlecchino was really good. The Magakinki might just be my most hated enemy just because of the time it takes for it to actually stand up and you start fighting it, and then it just moves around a lot. And since I have Rosaria and Charlotte in my team, that's the only way I'm getting cryo application. Yeah, the Magakinki fight was just really annoying. I ended up choosing Aino just so I could have another not cry unit to trigger lunar reactions. And then of course here I'm always going to choose another member to join the cast just so I have options for teams that I need to make. I think Kokomi was a good choice because I can do like a freeze team, even though that's not like the required element for this theater. Here I was just trying to get another mystery cache, that's why I refreshed it. I do end up leveling up my melt reaction to 4, which is good. And then I'm doing the other Lunar Arcana card right now. I'm just doing the Alvika team because she carries my account. I won't lie, I did retry this one, I think twice, just because I kept on messing up my Malvika combos, and just because it wasn't registering to me at first that every time I killed one of the Ruin Graders, the time went down by 30 seconds, and I was so close to beating it the first try, and yeah, I did end up clearing it though. Thank you, Malvika, for the carry. And I'm choosing Chevreuse here because I thought I had Fischl still and I was going to do an overload team. Very dumb of me, but that's fine. For the card, I'm just going with Bennett just so I can have him to buff my Arlecchino for one of the next fights. But I don't know why I'm hesitating right here. And then I'm choosing another mystery or another companion, and I choose Shalonen to also buff Arlecchino for one of the fights. Here, the two enemy cards are the Abyss Lectors, which are very annoying, and the shield is just so stupid. And the other two are the newer enemies from the Dormanport update. I forgot the names. I think it's like the Watchful Eye or something, but I ended up choosing those, and I'm doing I'm using my Navia and Linnea for this fight. Out of those two enemy cards, these ones were the easiest out of the Abyss Lectors, just because you don't have to deal with an annoying shield if you can burst them enough. That fight was very easy compared to the Abyss Lectors when I did try it on my multiple redos of the theater. Here I'm just going with my Yoimiya because I love her. I don't think I end up using her as a main DPS here, but I still love her. I was genuinely confused here, like trying to plan out the rest of my fights, but I do end up using Arlecchino for this fight. That's why I upgraded the melt reaction again. But I was trying to get a cryo unit because I was not about to use Charlotte here because circle impact is not a fun way to play the game, but I mean, it's okay. Doing this theater with Arlecchino made me realize that I should pull her for her next banner, just because for my other theater runs, I would always choose her if Pyro was needed for my supporting cast member, and she's just very useful. She's like a really good DPS. I don't know why I haven't pulled for her already. It was a very nice finish with Arlecchino there, and I do end up choosing Layla here, even though I wish I had her for the last fight, but it's fine. But we're very close to the end now. The next one is just the bounty, and I end up using Skirk because, again, trying to save Navia for the last fight, even though that was probably my worst mistake of this whole run. It's fine. There's a lot of mystery caches at this point, and honestly I didn't even know what to choose because I didn't have a lot of people to invite anyways. Yeah, this fight was super easy. Thank you, Skirk. So this fight was probably my worst run for the theater over everything else that I went through. But it was still a good attempt on my end. I probably should have planned out even more, but doing this for an hour really irritated me, so I was just trying to get it over with. That was my imaginarium theater clear, and I chose the Hermit Arcana card because I thought it looked prettier. I didn't really read the lore for it, but I will later. So yeah. Here I already did claim the rewards for when I did my first attempt at the theater, so it's not all 1,000 primos, but it is everything. And I really didn't need the 12th star. I don't really craft artifacts anyways. Thank you to everyone that has clicked on the video and that has enjoyed it. If you would like to see more videos from me, please do let me know. And yeah, bye.